beautiful. Got a BM that keep my season, that keep me fruitful. Grew up wearing platinum FUBU on the Southwest eating fufu. And the hammer that I keep don't come with nails. Look, I ain't know who Bill Burr was until I met the man. Half my married to the street.
It's week 7 of the NFL, and we've got a showcase of shutdown defenses. It's the Packers and the Broncos, and it's all up next.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Well, the Broncos offense gets set to go to work, and at the helm in his second season wearing orange and blue, Russell Wilson.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Second down, another run with Taylor. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You look at this Packers defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll buy some, and he can't find anywhere to go with it. Kingsley Enagbari in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here comes Reed. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So now it's the Packers' turn to go on offense for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
A man coming off an 1,100-yard campaign last year. Here's Travis Etienne. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Etienne on the toss right. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Here's Duggan to throw. Pass complete to Judy on the out route. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. You look at this Packers defense. They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run of the NFL.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something they'd have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Russell Wilson. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him all in, they're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And after that play, we've got an injury, and it appears to be to Cortland Sutton. Here's 2nd and 7. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On first down, right back to ETN. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
First down, Packers.
Off the option, here's ETN. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Packers at a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. Duggan now to throw. They're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Throwing. Duggan. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. A quick throw caught out wide by Judy. And the Packers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. A great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. ETN will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Jerry Jeudy. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. To the right side, complete to Taylor. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. It's going to be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Oh, the return is Reed. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Going to look at Jerry Jeudy as he leads his offense back out there for this next series. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist, you know, that good stuff. Got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, trying to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now here's a throw that's complete. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Going for it, here's ETN. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. To throw is Duggan. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Duggan. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Wilson. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards. They're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a third down throw, and it misses the target, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
As the offense returns, let's take a look at running back Travis Etienne. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get in. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And complete to Drake London. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 5. Here's Wilson to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Wilson. And he caught it up, and the Packers pick it up. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Jerry Jeudy in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. A pretty big opening there on first down. 8 yards up to the 33. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Now he's going to let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete. So a very tight message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And the half will begin with a touchback. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And now off to the races down the right side. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Algier going straight ahead. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
That's going to be caught by Judy. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And trying to shake free, but ETN cannot. The defense will stop him short. They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Now Wilson on 1st down. And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety.
That's exactly what they were aiming for defensively. A huge early play that cuts off any opposing momentum at the knees. As soon as that snap was made, they were flying to the ball and through the line. Great call from the coaching staff and even better execution.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Go.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Complete to Johnston here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Up the middle, it's Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. That's caught left side by Judy. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Doug going to look to throw this. Caught left side, Williams. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone. The football going back over to the Denver Broncos. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Wilson. Dancing to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
On 3rd down, Wilson. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver. Throwing is Wilson. Over the middle, caught by London. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Again, Wilson. His throw incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the draw is Taylor. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 40-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are out in the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass him with a running play.
He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Trenton Simpson firing in and sticking him for a loss.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because...
Welcome back now to Denver. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Again, it's Williams. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Brandon, sometimes just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Let's go.
Quick throw here to Johnston.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
The Packers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He's got another one to Johnston. And he is going to have the Packers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Trying the left side with Algier. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. great effort by Alex Singleton as he finishes that play off.
As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. DJ Jones. Of 5, but found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Duggan looking to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has, percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Patterson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Denver's offense ready to go again. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 25-yard line. Here's Wilson. Got a man, it's London. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. To throw is Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dexter Lawrence able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Taylor. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. 3rd and long, it's Wilson. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. Fighting through it, he's got space. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And they're going to speed things up here. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And caught by London. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now we'll pause for an injured player. And that's wide receiver Drake London who's shaken up. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To throw again is Wilson. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And he's brought down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Wilson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Tim Patrick there to make the grab. And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Lutz with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Going to look at Jerry Jeudy as he leads his offense back out there for this next series.
This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
To throw is Duggan. Open man. He completes it to Judy. There he goes again. Touchdown, Packers. Jerry Judy, 70 yards. And the Packers use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
So here is Wilson and the Broncos.
Down by 10. A little under 2.5 to go. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. On 1st down, Wilson. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A gain of 9.
Now Wilson on 2nd down.
He'll drop this down to Taylor.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Now they'll change things up.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Third down and 13. They'll run again.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Denver's offense now set to go.
We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Well, that's to the left sideline and incomplete. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
One last shot for Wilson. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next.